Good afternoon and welcome back to Buzz. I'm Sam McShane with your 4 o'clock news. Your headlines for today. Storm Chandra has flooded roads and rail lines in Dorset. And today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day and commemorations are being held around Bournemouth. Now over to the sports for their headlines.
Thanks, Sam. This was the moment that AFC Bournemouth announced their second signing of the day, with Brazilian winger Rayan joining from Vasco da Gama. And the Bournemouth Oaks beat the BG Suns in the Dorset Basketball Association 73-77 away from home to continue a winning run in Division 1.
Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day, a time to reflect on the genocide and the effects it has had on our society. Stand Up to Racism's Bournemouth, Christchurch and Paul branch sent delegates on a study tour of some of Poland's largest concentration camps. Our reporter Julia Apte sat in on the presentation.
It could never happen again. That's what everyone thought. But in today's global conflict, some think history is repeating itself. The study tour delegate, Lisa, visited 3 Holocaust concentration camps, Warsaw, Krakow, and Auschwitz, which is the largest of the extermination centers. She had a hard time getting through her presentation. She had to step away from the podium a few times to gather herself. Tea, cakes, and coffee were served in the middle to allow people to mingle and discuss amongst themselves.
Dehumanise and to commit wholesale the murder of others. So
it can't be forgotten, but it's very worrying what we're seeing at the moment. So more than ever, people need to be reminded of where the path that they're going on can lead.
During the event, people discussed their own views on the atrocity and how it relates to our current global affairs. One member brought up whether the Holocaust should be used as a comparison to what is happening today, that the comparison could diminish the Holocaust.
I can see what's happening in the world. Because I am German, I have said to myself that I will walk through this life with my eyes open, and I want to see what's happening in way of racism and repeating what Germany went through in the Nazi time.
Should we be comparing today's global events to World War II? Some see what's happening today as a direct comparison of the events that led to the Holocaust. Remembering and reflecting on the Holocaust and how it started may help inform better decisions to keep history from repeating itself. Julia Apte, Buzz News, Bournemouth.
There has been a witness and dashcam appeal from Dorset Police following a serious injury collision in Herne this morning. The accident involved 2 vans with a man in his 20s being taken to hospital for serious injuries. The man's injuries are not life-threatening and Dorset Police are asking for witness accounts as they are carrying out further inquiries. Following recent weather warnings, many places have been affected today by Storm Chandra, causing flooding in some areas. Our reporter Maisie Edwin has more.
In the aftermath of Storm Chandra, several areas around Bournemouth are waking up submerged in water. The Stour Valley Nature Reserve, whilst no stranger to flooding, has seen levels worse than ever before. Storm Chandra hit Bournemouth last night, bringing high winds and heavy rain across the area. There have been many reports of flooding, particularly here at Stour Valley Nature Reserve. We've been speaking to people in the area and this is the highest levels of flooding they have seen in many years. We spoke to one man who has been visiting this park every day to see what he made of this year's flooding.
The way everything changes every time I come down, it's never the same. And coming down today is quite a revelation, where the river has, of course, swollen to a degree. But it's quite wonderful to me because I'm looking at it to think it's a complete circle in nature.
Heavy rain and high winds have been forecasted to continue for the rest of the week. Maisie Edwin, Buzz News, Bournemouth.
3 men from Bournemouth have been charged as part of an investigation into drug trafficking and money laundering. They appeared in Poole Magistrates Court last Friday and remain in custody until their next hearing, which will be held at Bournemouth Crown Court on Thursday. Another 5 men and 1 woman have been released under the investigation by South West Regional Organised Crime Unit. Bournemouth has a new action plan to make it a confident, dynamic, safe and inclusive destination. After 7 months of public consultation, a groundbreaking citizen-led action plan for the town centre has been revealed. Grace Kehoe has the story.
50 residents, chosen at random, have spent 7 months reimagining Bournemouth Town Centre, and at the Russell Coates Gallery, their vision became official. MP for Bournemouth West Jessica Toll and Council Leader Millie Earle stood alongside the panellists as they unveiled a comprehensive action plan. From filling empty shops through rental auctions to launching community murals supporting pop-up activities and improving accessible routes, these aren't just promises, they're funded commitments. The consultations, which started in June 2025, found that the branding of this seaside town has grown old, and that Bournemouth should become an ambitious urban centre. The atmosphere was hopeful: real people, real input, real change. And Westminster is watching. This model could reshape how towns across Britain listen to their residents. Grace Kehoe, Buzz News, Bournemouth.
Music venues and pubs across England will be given a 15% discount on their business rates bills from April. There will be no increases for 2 years, the government announced. Treasury Minister Dan Tomlinson said the 3-year package was worth £1,650 for the average pub. Bournemouth University have announced its 10-year strategy and rebrand. The organisation is looking to celebrate the students and staff of the present to inspire future generations. Our reporter Luke Hills has the story.
Staff gathered at Bournemouth University earlier this morning to celebrate the launch of the organisation's new rebrand and 10-year strategy. The focus is being placed on advancing research, innovation and student success, both during and after their time in education. The values of being naturally ambitious, curious and connected are being championed by the university. CEO and Vice-Chancellor Professor Alison Honour explained the strategy's impact on the local community.
And then our people and culture is super important. We can't deliver any of that if we don't have a good people and culture strategy. So that's about supporting training, development, career opportunities, but also around what kind of culture and community we want to be. And that sense of belonging is already here, as you can see, but we want to build on that and strengthen it, because it's a really special place to be at Bournemouth University.
Chief of Staff Nathaniel Hobby hopes that the strategy will have an impact on the lives of students even after they graduate.
You know, if you end up at an organisation for a length of time, you do adopt some of that DNA into the work that you do, and you take some of the skills and the values of an organisation with you. I think that's been true for me in some of the places I've worked, the places that I've studied in the past, and I hope that would be true for students as well.
The university is working hard to improve the lives of students in the present whilst preparing the students for the future. Luke Hills, Buzz News, Bournemouth University.
Repair works to Portland's Ferry Bridge has caused major traffic tailbacks. However, Place Service Councillor John Andrew has said that without these ongoing repairs, there is a possibility that there might not even be a bridge in 18 months. Ferry Bridge is partially closed until the 1st of March with one lane still open for use. That's all for your news roundup, now passing over to the sports.
Hello, I'm Harry Castle and this is your sports news. AFC Bournemouth have announced 2 signings today. Highly rated Brazilian youngster Rayan joins from Vasco da Gama for a reported £30 million, with goalkeeper Christos Mandas joining from Lazio on loan.
Because I think when I watch the team, because I got many games of the club, I see something that amazing atmosphere between the players, and also between the players and the fans. And I like so much this move. I like also the way how the team play. So for me, it's the right move to come here.
I'd be surprised if they're looking at him as a number 1. As you say, it's a number 2, or even now, number 3. They need squad goalkeepers. Maybe the thought is, like I said, you've got Fraser. Maybe Fraser will be number 2. He's the backup, experienced one for this season.
Poole Town Football Club have partnered with the South West Regional Assessment Centre to support and create opportunities for young people associated with special education needs and disabilities. The centre caters to people aged 16 to 30 and help with crucial life skills, internships and accessible opportunities. Poole Town's partnership aims to use football as a platform to create inclusive opportunities and provide work experience to heighten their skill level. Young people will be able to work across all areas of the club, from groundskeeping to marketing and retail.
These pupils that have got special educational needs or disabilities, they don't really get any opportunities to get life experiences and kind of work experience. So for us, this is a brilliant environment and platform to be able to give us the students an opportunity to do that.
The Borough Foundation is a charity that, through physical activity, supports the recovery of its beneficiaries who have suffered brain injuries. Marcus McCormack was at the Ferndown Forest Golf Club to find out more.
Former Marine and Special Forces officer Mark Barra suffered a severe stroke in 2014, which ended his military career. In his recovery, Mark decided to start the Barra Foundation, a charity that sets up physical activities and schemes to help people on their road to recovery. A scheme that has been highly effective for the Barra Foundation was the Barra Bag. Megan Hill was enlisted by Barra to run this scheme. She talks about its importance.
Yeah, so the Barra Bag itself contains a group of items that essentially help aid in the recovery and rehab for the individuals suffered with a stroke or brain injury. It was all Mark's idea, so these were things that he brought together when he was going through his rehab that thought would help him, and he thought it would be a really nice idea to give a little bit of hope and inspiration for those who also were suffering in the same kind of situation.
As the Barra Foundation takes on the golf driving range, former pro golfer turned coach Darren Stratman spent time teaching their beneficiaries. Stratman talks about his relationship with the charity.
I mean, firstly, with these guys, they're just amazing. They're so positive, they're so welcoming of new people coming into the group, and it just, for me, it kind of highlights what golf was about, that actually you don't need to be brilliant at everything.
It is clear to see that everyone here see Mark as a role model, and that not just golf, but sport is important for recovery. Mark McCormack, Buzz News, Ferndown.
Starting the week of Monday, the 2nd of February, Patrick Rosen is aiming to run 5 marathons in 5 days on a cross trainer. He's raising money for Mary's Meals, a charity that aims to bring free meals to underprivileged children around the world. A former referee, he had to give it up after suffering from an Achilles injury, leading him to Mary's Meals.
It just made me feel good. Again, I found church because I lost football and I wanted to go back to something I used to do before football. And I saw the kids doing something and I never donated. So I went on the website and I thought I'll donate there. And that's when I realised you could do your own fundraising. I thought, new year, new challenge.
If you want to donate, head to www.marysmills.org.uk to help Patrick reach his goal of £1,000. Paddle is becoming increasingly popular in Bournemouth, with many players transitioning from tennis. Jack Burford headed down to cross-court paddle to explore the topic.
Paddle is rapidly becoming the fastest growing racket sport in the UK. As of 2025, there are over 400,000 active players, with that number likely to continue increasing year on year. Many tennis players are now transitioning from tennis to paddle because of the sport's addictive nature. Buzz News spoke to Jonah Goody about how he feels about paddle's meteoric rise.
And thought, you know what, give paddle a go. And for me, I've actually enjoyed paddle a lot more than I have tennis, if I'm completely honest with you, because side of paddle is a lot of social side of it. But I enjoy the social side of it. And then just the competitive side of it as well. Like, it is like tennis itself, so I'm enjoying that side of it as well.
With new courts opening and demand growing fast, Bournemouth is quickly becoming a paddle hotspot. As tennis players continue to make the switch, it doesn't look like paddle will be slowing down anytime soon. Jack Burford, Buzz News, Bournemouth.
The BG Suns hosted Dorset Basketball Association's second place side, Bournemouth Oaks, at the Cornerstone Academy in Hamworthy. Moritz Bear watched on.
It was a big game for the BG Suns as they attempt to still make the Premier playoffs in the Dorset Basketball Association. Crucially, the Suns were struck by injury in the first half of the game, with guard Tyler Braid-Waring coming off with a rolled ankle.
I came down from a rebound and landed on someone's foot.
It was an unfortunate injury for the guard, as he's convinced that he's someone that the team can always rely on.
I never really get injuries, to be honest. This is the first time I've rolled my ankle.
The second half saw the tie shift as the Oaks piled on the pressure on the BG Suns, and their efficiency from the free throw line put them a touch above the hosts. As the shouts of maintained focus from the leading team, the Bournemouth Oaks, reverberated across the Cornerstone Academy, they were able to hold on to their lead and see out the game with a 73-77 victory as the away side. However, BG Suns founder and manager Archie Backer has kept faith in this team despite the result.
I think people will take notes because everyone is fighting for a spot, because we've got a lot of players with the two teams. The second team is doing really well, hasn't lost a game all season, and they're fighting for the first team. So even the guys who play today, they're fighting for a spot.
Archie sent out a strong warning to their next opponents, the South Coast Tigers.
After this one, make notes, go into the next game, and unfortunately for the next game, the next team, they're getting battered. It is what it is.
The Suns will travel to the South Coast Tigers next Wednesday on the 4th of February. Moritz Bear, Buzz News, BG Suns, Hamworthy.
That's all we've got time for this afternoon. Join us tomorrow at 12:15 for your lunchtime news.